What's up? Good morning, guys. Welcome to Draftkingsnbadfs NBA segments for the first day of March 2019. I go by Invisible DFS. Let's go ahead and check to see how the players did for the night before. Alright, guys. Bogdanovic, Indiana 5.4K was the best out of the best. Well, basically was the only guys that did really good. 9.7x, 53.25. You cannot ask more than that. I mean, that was amazing. Bam, 6.7x. That was great based on the return value, but I was still hoping to get to the 30s. Everybody else basically was bad. Capella was bad. Draymond Green was a disaster, and Jokic was even worse because he was the most expensive player. The total was 170.50 for those 5 players. My other 3 players was Simmons. It was great, 54.25. Dragic was great, 38.25. And Wade had a bad game, 18.25. The total for that team was 281.25, but that team did not catch. The most important thing is to cash. So it wasn't cash, a bad night. Hopefully you guys had a great night. And if you guys use any of those guys or partial of them, hopefully the combination that you guys had did way better than mine. Alright guys, it's over now. Let's go ahead and jump to segment 2 and see my 5 players to see how they did to see the price differences between the 2 sites. Usually it's a 1K difference between the 2 sites unless if I cannot find any guys that have that difference. Alright, let's go ahead and do that. Alright guys, so the 5 players are James, 12.4K, 11.4K in DK, 1K differences. I like James. James basically the only, well, we have 2 stars tomorrow, but James at 11.4K, actually I don't mind that price at all. Right now he's playing, he's fighting for the playoffs, so most likely it's gonna be a guy that's gonna give you high 50s to infinity as far as it's possible for him to even get 80 fantasy points in any given night. It's possible. Anyway guys, hopefully you guys had Harden because he went off. Bill, Kyrie 8.9K, and 9.9 in FD, 1K differences. His price went down a little bit in DK. Of course, that's because the last 2 games he haven't really reached value. Bill has been great, so I don't mind any of the prices on any site. 8.7K, 1.2K difference. Walker, the same thing. 9.3, 8.2. I mean, I'm all about Walker, 1.1K. I don't mind that price either. Stein, that's a guy I'm looking to play a lot. And later on you guys will find out why. 1K differences. I like him in both sides. So let's go ahead and jump to what I call the main ingredient of the show, segment 3, where I'm going to give you guys my 5 players. That consists of 3 core players. The 3 core players is the 3 that I choose to play in more. As far as my teams, I play those 3 more than the other 2 players. The other 2 players, this is my cheap play. I might play him twice, once, it doesn't matter, but I will have him at least 1 time. And my star, same thing. But my core players, those are the guys that I will play more out of the 5. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump to the DK website so I can give you guys those 5 players. I forgot that I changed browsers. Anyway guys, the first player I'm gonna go with is Stein. Yes guys, usually I would choose a guy with that price as the cheap play, but I'm gonna go ahead and use him as a core player. Why? Now that Bagley is out, I see him go back to play his usual 30 minutes like he was playing in the beginning of the season. And because of that reason, I love him. I like him to play him in at least 3 lineups tomorrow, especially against the Clippers. we all know how bad Clippers are, how bad they can send us. So that's another reason to put it on your team. Alright guys, the second guy I'm gonna go with, let's check my notes here. The second guy is Lamb. You know, I'm hoping those guys are not gonna be very popular, but Kalstein might end up being popular if people, but anyway, I hope they're not. But and Lamb is another guy I'm playing as my core player. I mean, like, two of his last two games has been over 40 fantasy points against Brooklyn. I hope that stay the course, because Lamb, I'm hoping that he doesn't get. I hope he's on the between 8 and 5 as far as popularity, 8% to 5%. And if that's the case, if this guy somehow gets you between 35 to 45 in this point, that would be amazing. And based on what he's been doing, even off the bench, probably even a better move for him, because they need somebody that can score on the bench. That's the main reason they're moving on the bench. And believe he's been delivering since he get to the bench. So two of his two last game, 42 and 50, and play over 30 fantasy points. Definitely, 31 minutes. Definitely a guy I would play as a core player. I never used to play him much, but that was a bad thing in my part. But now I will definitely play him going on forward. And another guy that I'm gonna go for my third core, and hopefully he's not gonna be a popular play. It's Peyton against New Orleans. To me, Peyton is a guy that can do a little bit of everything. Alright, to me, he can do a little bit of everything. He's a guy that can, it's like a Rondo when Rondo was back in Boston. This guy can, if he play like I think he's capable of playing, he's a guy that can give you a triple double in almost every 10 games. So let's hope tonight is one of those nights. So Peyton is my core guy. As you can see right now, he's basically running the show because he's getting the minutes, he's healthy, so why not? In his last two games, he gave you at least 34.75 fantasy points. So Peyton is my third core player. And the more I'm looking at those three core players, the more I'm liking them. Definitely like out of the three, if I have to pick two, I honestly like Kalstein and Peyton a little bit better than Jeremy Lamb. But those are my three core players. And my cheap play, guys, I'm going to go back to the Kings. And I'm going to go Bijelica. I'm going to go with him, hoping that he get back to the starting lineup. If he doesn't, the bad thing is playing late, so hopefully somehow we can get the news early that he's going to start. But if he doesn't, I will check as far as the best player for his replacement in the next segment. I will talk a little bit more about that, but right now I will play Bijelica as my cheap play. Why? Because he should be back in the starting lineup now that Bagley is out, at least for a couple of weeks. And before, if you remember, in the beginning of the season, this guy was going up for 40 fantasy points, close to 50 fantasy points. But now he got a chance to get that back, and if he's back in the starting lineup, I will play him. So regardless, if somehow they don't start him and they decided to start that other kid, then you can just go ahead and let me put him first. And if they started to play Gauss, then you can just go ahead and put Gauss in there. Alright, so Gauss, hey, sometimes it's good to be to have less. You don't have to use all your salary, so you can replace him with Gauss if somehow Gauss get this starting nod. Alright, so as far as my star guy, I'm gonna go back to an 8 o'clock game, and that will be Kyrie. Kyrie will be my star of the segment. Kyrie need to go ahead. They need to win that game, and Kyrie need to go off in that game. So Kyrie is my star. Yes, I know the last game he had like 44 fantasy points last game, but I'm gonna need him to get me at least 50 fantasy points tonight. So Kyrie will be my start. So let's go ahead and jump to the chip list so you guys can see my chippies. Brown, and that's Boston Brown, 4.5K average, about 25 fantasy points in the last 5 games. So that's really good. Kallistan, I already talked about them. Jeff Green has been really good. I know last game he didn't really do much, but that's a guy I wouldn't mind playing. Marvin Williams, 4.4K, basically been doing the same thing he's been doing all year, and the price went down. And then Bryant still doing damage even though he's now back on the bench, he's still actually doing good. And one guy that really surprised me is Harkless. Believe it or not, he's been averaging 32 fantasy points a game in the last 4 games. I didn't see that coming. I know last game I played him, but before that, the 3 games before that, I didn't play him. Bridges Phoenix, 4K, playing 34 minutes in the last 2 games, so his minutes going up, but he's still not good when it comes for fantasy points. Bijelika, I already talked about him, and Kevin Herter for ATL is back playing in the high in 20s as far as minute wise. Now I know one guy I didn't put in there is Gals, but I'll talk a little bit about him. Gals is one guy, if somehow he's going to get in the starting lineup at 3.1K, I will definitely put him over Bijelika. Alright, so that's it guys. Those are matchup plays. Wish you guys the best. Good luck. Thank you for always coming and check out my channel. Please like, please subscribe, turn on your notification if I have anything to add to if I need to change someone. I think that's better for my 5 players. I will do that. All right, share if you guys want. I appreciate you guys, and don't spend money guys that you guys cannot afford to lose. I'm always gonna preach that, and I'm out.